Morning everyone, it's Libby from Master Tarot. Absolute pleasure to have you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies with us today. And I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people on whose ancestral lands this video is being made. How fabulous. Okay, reading. Oh, a little bit of housekeeping first. We are going into the chaotic period of the end of the year, so between now and the beginning of January I will try and come on as regularly as I have in the past. However, there may be the odd day that I am either just doing one video or I don't manage to do any. We have guests coming from South Australia on Monday for a week. There is a very good chance that I'll be having root canal therapy next week or the week after, hopefully next week. We then are heading across country in a couple of weeks across Australia to visit daughter and son-in-law and grandchild for the first time in over 12 months. So we'll be doing that in a couple of weeks, and then we get back and then it's Christmas. And in between there I've got some lovely Christmas lunches organised with friends, so we'll do our best. We'll see how we go, but I'm always thinking of you, and I'll try and come on. If there's anything you want asked, then ask away down below, or if you feel that you can't put it publicly, then email me at mastertarot@gmail.com. Okay, this particular video I am going to have a look at South Africa. I don't know that I've done South Africa before, so what's happening in South Africa at the moment? We all know the turmoil of South Africa, the apartheid regime, the Nelson Mandela, there's never really been the shanty towns, the poverty, the conflict. There's just always been quite a lot happening in that neck of the woods. However, what has happened, it's been relatively settled in recent years, since the Nelson Mandela years, I believe, and when I say relatively settled, it's compared to what went on before. Cyril Ramaphasa is the leader of the African National Congress, the ANC, elected to power in 2018 on an anti-corruption platform. He was and is a successful businessman with, I gather, several ranching or what we call stations, properties where he breeds both cattle and rare animals. However, what has happened is that he ran on the anti-corruption platform, but recent auditing has shown that there is anything up to $5 million missing from the ledgers, the accounting books at his game ranch up to 2020. So this is up to $5 million that hasn't been declared and therefore hasn't been taxed. So I'm going to have a quick look to see how that goes. At the moment, the government is looking at South African government is looking at potentially impeaching him. As to whether he'll resign or not, I'm not sure, and replacing him as the ANC leader. The only issue is that he has been what they would have considered the best option as the leader since 2018 and before, leading up to that election. So we'll just have a quick look at this. I might grab Pendulum first and just ask some general questions, and then we'll have a little bit of a deeper dive. So let's have a quick look. Morning guys, how are you this morning? Okay, is Cyril Ramaphasa actually guilty of these charges? And that's a yes, before I even finish the question of the missing money. Entertainment only, allegedly. Okay, can I ask a question? Will he resign Will he resign before it reaches? Yeah, and that's a yes. So he'll actually step down. I suspect it'll be next week. Can you tell me, guys? Round and Round is ready for the question. Will he resign as early as next week? And that's a yes. Okay, so what I want to have a look at, I'm very disappointed. It's called Farmgate. I don't know why they have to put gate on the end of everything nowadays, but the South African media are calling it Farmgate. Okay, what I want to have a look at, so resigning as early as next week. I want to have a look at the political stability of South Africa going forward. Apparently unemployment is rising, growth has stagnated. There's rolling power cuts across the country. The education system is literally falling apart at the seams, and I gather the healthcare system is in crisis as well. Yeah. Let's have a look at the political stability of South Africa. Show me South Africa going forward. South Africa going forward, please. South Africa going forward. South Africa going... Using my mystical manga cards. Well dog-eared, these cards. Show me South Africa, the political stability of South Africa going forward. Okay. Well, the card that popped out is the Eight of Wands. It's about a lot of information coming out very quickly, but also a lot of plans and strategies coming forward. However, I'm drawn on this particular card today to the hands trying to clutch at something. They haven't actually got a handle on anything. There's a lot... Yeah, okay. Thank you. How do I put this? There's a lot of swords that need to be... Not swords, a lot of wands that are firing... How do I put this, guys? What they're just basically telling me is that there's so much that needs to be done that the government is having difficulty grasping any single one. Any single plan that needs to come forward. And these are heading towards the ground. Okay. The planning is just coming, the plans that need to be put into play are just shooting towards the ground, and the government is struggling to grab any of them. Okay, the Hanged Man. Okay, thank you. The message I got, one word, paralysed. The government is just at this stage feeling paralysed about what to do with anything. Foundation of the reading supports that up. It's just a take no action card. Things are on offer. There's a lot of emotion here involved, but they're just sitting on their hands and not taking any action whatsoever. Okay, about anything, about any of these things that are happening in the past. The Ace of Coins, but it is in the past. South Africa, prior to this scandal, was poised at a new financial beginning, a new beginning where wealth was possible and abundance, but it is in the past. What a missed opportunity. Boy, oh boy. Okay. Four of Wands. What I'm getting with this card, often it means that the celebrating people are hemmed in by the actual messages, but what I'm getting here is that you've got these figures in the foreground that are celebrating and just living their best life, but ignoring the messages behind them. A bit of a carrying on but ignoring the messages behind them that are literally holding the country together. They only have eyes for each other, and this is how I feel that the Parliament is going at the moment. Only got eyes for each other, whereas there's all this, and oh, my scalp is tingling like you wouldn't believe. There's all this going on in the background that they're taking the holding up. Okay, thank you. The holding up of the blanket, the security blanket. Okay, thank you. Interesting way to put it. Thanks, guys. They're ignoring what is holding up the security of the country. Okay, immediate future. Ending of a cycle. Dramatic ending of a cycle. It does mean authentic reform will come forward, but the scythe has to go through first. I'm not getting death with this, but I am getting very much that it has to be a very dramatic scythe through the echelons of government before authentic reform can come through. But this is also very much a dramatic ending, and this is Cyril Ramaphasa being ousted. Okay. Externally, there is going to be a movement out of troubled waters for South Africa, so I do like this. This is the energies now, this is the energies going forward. It is about packing up the truth and moving forward out of turmoil. Okay, this might not be a bad thing actually. Internally, there are some really serious choices to be made. Difficult choices to be made. Hopes and fears. Yeah, a solid foundation needs to be built. Working together. Now, in this particular card, all three figures are looking at the plan. There isn't one off to the side actually doing the work while the other two stand there and tap their toes and pay the money for the work to be done. The hope is that it needs to be a plan that encompasses everybody and promotes the wealth and abundance and the moving forward for everybody. But there is this difficult choice to make, and it's very easy to get distracted by instant wealth, instant fame, vanity, power, etc. But this is the hope that there will actually be an equal working together of all stages, all levels, and all genders, and all nationalities. The Empress, yes, I do like that outcome. The birth of something new to bring abundance. King of Cups, calm, diplomatic. Okay, I'm feeling a lot more positive about this. This is the coming forward of a calm, diplomatic, reasonable, emotionally stable figure. And then the Sun. Things going forward, the manifesting of possibilities, all the tools in the toolbox. South Africa has so much at its fingertips that it could be not a powerhouse, but it can be an abundant for all countries. And this is the Magician. He has everything at his fingertips. However, it will be a bit of a juggling act. It won't happen instantly, but he has huge potential. And 3 major arcanas plus a king in that. Beware the win-at-all-cost thief. I think they are going to be brought to justice. There's going to be this tower moment where it's a breaking down of old structures and rebuilding of new. On the base, it's going to have to be some financial accountability. Okay, I was going to say penny pinching, but that's not what I'm actually being told. It is about financial accountability for the sake of the citizens of South Africa. We have strength coming forward. So I do like that strength combined with these cards. There is going to be some restriction, and I think it's going to be in relation to this before we have the Queen of Coins. Is there a possibility of a female leader? As I glance through the rest of these cards, the Queen of Coins, she is about stability, security of home, security of country. She is about bringing forward health and wealth and abundance. There is going to be some disappointment, but there is 2 cups, so while this reconfiguring goes ahead, there's these 2 cups still standing, and it's going to be very much hinged on walking away from what does not serve the country and walking towards a new horizon. Again, this is why I asked, is there a female figure that may come to the fore, because we have this Empress and the Queens and the female here. But this Queen, she is a lawmaker who is confident in her own skin. She knows who she is, she knows what she stands for, and she inspires others with a passion. And then the final card we have is Temperance. Rebalancing. Actually, the final card is the Crossroads card. The wading thigh deep through the swamp, having to open the eyes and actually look at the options. But I think that Temperance is probably the right one to finish on. So I actually see that it's going to be okay, but it is going to need this scythe through it, and actually working with all levels to implement what works. Education, health. There's no point in making plans for the top 5% of earners in the country or anything like that. It needs to be for all, and this is giving me hope that it will be for all. But the current government is in this basically paralysed state at the moment. Okay, so that's actually not quite so bad. I was going to do a run with my intuitive cards, but I think that pretty much covered it all. So thank you for joining me, and look after yourselves, take care, and I shall see you next week. Bye bye.